I think the choice is pretty clear, and that choice is Biden. Democrats and the president have got to be stronger on working class issues. They've got to make it clear that we believe in a government that represents all, not just the few, and start delivering for working class people. You do that, I think Biden's going to win in a landslide.
Take a look. Senator Bernie Sanders says that Biden could win in a landslide if he focuses on the American people, tries to help out the everyday working average American, the low-income individuals, and help them out with this struggling economy that we currently have. Wow, what a concept. Brilliant. What do you guys think about that? Actually help the American people do what you were voted in to do. That's what Senator Bernie Sanders is saying. And just so you know, take a look at this. The polls are saying right now, the economy remains the public's top #1 policy priority. COVID-19, that has declined. They're saying right now people are concerned about strengthening the economy. Help us out. And in addition to that, right now, we are looking at a potential first ever in history U.S. default, which would devastate the economy, which would almost immediately probably spark stimulus checks, send them out to help out the American people. But you guys, we're hearing that Biden has got to do something here because right now the polls are absolutely terrible. People do not approve of the president, whether you're right or left. Take a look at this video footage.
Now to Texas, where we're looking ahead to 2024. It's shaping up to be an uphill battle for President Biden's reelection bid, as 55% of voters are saying no to Joe.
We're saying yes to Will. Will Cain joins us live from Old South Pancake House in Fort Worth, Texas, where he will be speaking directly with voters all day long. And Will, let's go to a few more numbers. New polls revealing 61% of Americans disapprove of the president's job performance on immigration. 60% say Biden is not tough enough on illegal immigrants. Look, this is a home game for you, Will, in the DFW. You know this community. What do the non-Republicans there think of the president's job performance? Because let's face it, Republicans probably don't like Joe Biden, but the non-Republicans are the ones, especially in swing states, that are going to make the difference. Texas is on that border. What say you?
Yeah, Todd, it's hard to find fans because Joe Biden was a response to President Donald Trump. So, in essence, he was a blank space, an empty line. He was an X that people chose to check next to because they were voting at that time against Donald Trump. Now they're getting what they voted for, which is largely nothing. So I think there aren't going to be many fans to be found for Joe Biden. Every poll backs that up. Quick side note, fascinating story from Ashley about people offended by the national anthem. As I've done diners across this country from Pennsylvania to Wisconsin, it's on more than one occasion that the diner customers have stood up and sang the national anthem on their own. And I will admit to you, it's not a common occurrence, but outside of a ball game, you rarely, because it doesn't happen in school anymore, have an opportunity to encounter the national anthem. So when customers, or in that case, a restaurant owner, choose to honor, well, the United States of America, I'm sorry if you're offended. I'm sorry if you're afraid. I will be talking to diners here in a matter of moments at Old South Pancake House, as you mentioned, Todd. It is a home game, short drive over from Dallas to the place where the West begins, Fort Worth, Texas. I will be talking to people not just about Democrats as we move into 2024 because of the curiosity around the rejection of Joe Biden, but also who they're ready to embrace. Is it Donald Trump? Is it Ron DeSantis? Is it one of the many in the field now for the Republican candidacy as well? It's always good, Ashley, Todd, to get back out here, again, talk to the people, see where their head is, see what they're thinking as we once again head down, maybe not the final lap, but the last final couple laps until we make another big decision for this nation. We'll be doing it all morning long right here on Fox and Friends in just about, what is it, half an hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, somewhere in there, Todd.
I'll go a little further. You said, I'm sorry you're offended. I'm not sorry they're offended. I really am not. At this point, I'm done with it. I am not sorry. I love the American flag flying next to you in Texas. I'm not quite sure we'd see something like that happen in Texas, though. I don't think we see it at that diner you're at, though. Will?
Yeah. Nobody's going to be upset about the national anthem in Fort Worth, Texas.
Right. Wow, they kind of threw that anthem in there. Let me know your thoughts. I know that when I was growing up back in school, we started every day off saluting the flag and saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I guess they don't do that in schools anymore, and then they're actually doing the national anthem in some places in Texas. However, you heard them talk about Biden and his polls, and they're saying it's not looking good. And let me know your thoughts on this. They actually said that people did not choose to actually vote for Biden, but it was rather an opportunity just to vote against Trump. And so they voted against him, and he said, and they got what they voted for, which was essentially nothing. And right now, a lot of people are saying they feel like Biden has absolutely done nothing for the American people. And we're almost hearing this kind of vocalized by Bernie Sanders saying, listen, if you just focus on the people, you could win in a landslide, because it's going to be likely a repeat. President Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. And we will see. Now, also, Ron DeSantis is going to be thrown into the mix as well. He's getting a lot of support for some of the things that he's pushing in Florida right now as well. So I'm going to keep you guys up to date. Let's dive into this article and hear what Bernie Sanders had to say, and let me know your thoughts. Do you think that Joe Biden is out? His approval is not doing too good? Do you think it's going to be Trump, Ron DeSantis, or somebody else? But let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, before we do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on everything, don't forget, take a quick second, smash the like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. Also, smash the subscribe button to stay up to date. I'll keep you up to speed on everything. Congress, the economy, stimulus, Social Security. And if you want to join the members group, hit the join button. You'll get exclusive access to me, some of the things going on, and help me put together ideas for the community. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive into this article. Get you caught up on how President Biden, they're saying, still could win by a landslide. All right, so first, according to Pew Research, strengthening the economy is Americans' top policy priority right now. As you can see, number one, with 75% mark, strengthening the economy, then reducing healthcare costs, defending against terrorism, reducing influence of money in politics, and making Medicare financially sound. These are some of the main concerns I've heard my audience here on the Steve Ram channel vocalize as well. Tell us about what's happening with the economy, Social Security, Medicare. I'll keep you up to speed on all of these. And they're saying right now the number one least on the list is dealing with the pandemic. Now, Bernie Sanders says you could win by a landslide if you focus on the American people. And take a look at this article. This came out on Sunday. Senator Bernie Sanders said on Sunday that President Joe Biden, who kicked off his re-election campaign last week, could win in a landslide in 2024. And I think that pretty much if you focus on the people, you could win. Sanders, who ran against Biden in the 2020 race, said it's no great secret that he and the president have strong differences of opinions, but stressed that he thinks that Biden is the clear choice for voters given the current political backdrop. We live in a nation where you have a major political party, the Republican Party, where many, not all, but many of their leadership doesn't even believe in democracy. They maintain the myth that Trump won the last election. They're trying to keep people from voting. They're trying to deny women the right to control their own bodies, Sanders said on CNN's State of the Union. If you believe in democracy, you want to see more people vote, not fewer people vote. And I think that the choice is pretty clear. And that choice is Biden, Bernie Sanders said. Man, and a lot of people disagree with that statement. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if Democrats and the president get stronger on working class issues and take on the greed of the insurance companies, the drug companies, Wall Street, and all the big money interests and start delivering for working class people, I think that Biden is going to win in a landslide. So he's saying he has got to change their minds, because we're well aware of the fact right now that people are not preferring the choice, which Bernie Sanders said, which is Joe Biden. He's going to have to change their minds. Now, Sanders on Sunday also waved off concerns about Biden's age as the campaign. At 81, the Vermont senator is a year older than the president, who would be 86 by the end of his second term if he wins another 4 years in the White House. Well, I think when you look at the candidates, you consider a lot. And I think age is one thing. I think experience is another thing. And I think the record that you have established is another thing, Sanders said. But in my mind, when you put it all together, what you have to look at is, what does the candidate stand for? Which side are they on? Sanders said. So again, let me know your thoughts. Take a look at the video footage so you can see it for yourself.
Senator President Biden announced his campaign officially for re-election this week. He would be 86 years old by the end of his second term. You're 1 year older than President Biden. Is his age something that voters should consider in 2024?
Well, I think when you look at a candidate, you consider a lot. I think age is one thing. I think experience is another thing. I think your record that you have established is another thing. But to my mind, Dana, when you put it all together, what you have to look at is, what does the candidate stand for? Which side are they on? Are they on the side of the billionaire class, or are they on the side of working people? Look, it is no great secret I ran against Biden. No great secret that he and I have strong differences of opinion. But when we live in a nation where you have a major political party, the Republican Party, where many, not all, but many of their leadership doesn't even believe in democracy. They maintain the myth that Trump won the last election. They're trying to keep people from voting. They're trying to deny women the right to control their own bodies. So that's a whole issue out there. If you believe in democracy, you want to see more people vote, not fewer people vote, I think the choice is pretty clear, and that choice is Biden. And second of all, what I do believe is the Democrats and the president have got to be stronger on working class issues. They've got to make it clear that we believe in a government that represents all, not just the few. Take on the greed of the insurance companies, the drug companies, Wall Street, all the big money interests, and start delivering for working class people. You do that, I think Biden's going to win in a landslide.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that one of the things that he could do to help focus on the American people is reform Social Security, send out some form of stimulus provisions that were promised from before, fix the child tax credits, take into consideration right now the state of the economy and ways that we could help out the American people. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, in addition to that, I let you guys know in a previous video that we heard some people say that Biden should not run again because if he does, he is so old, they're saying that he might legitimately not live to finish his second term. Wow. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And a lot of people are questioning his competency as well. And I share with you some of the things that they said in that video. Now, if you missed it, be sure to check it out right here as I cover all the details. And like I said, I'll also let you know what's going to be happening with the economy, with the debt ceiling crisis, with stimulus, with Social Security. I'll keep you up to speed here on the channel on everything so you know what's going on. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'll keep you up to speed and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.